Yo, what up? Coronavirus is still a thing. Make sure that you're practicing physical distancing. Make sure you wear a mask that covers the mouth and the nose. Condolences to the folks who passed during this time. Prayers with you and your family. If you're sick, hope you're on the road to recovery and getting better. Make sure you wash your hands. House EP, Tape, both musical projects are available right now on Apple Music, Spotify Music, and elsewheres. Also, make sure you subscribe to the official podcast, The Lupe and Royce Show. Myself, Lupe Fiasco, and Royce the 5'9" with Tom Frank. Brought to you by Say What Media. You can go to the official website, saywhat.media. Or you can go to Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Subscribe, check out the show. Let us know what you think. We drop new episodes every Thursday. We just dropped an episode this past Thursday, so make sure you check it out. Also, we got some episodes up on YouTube. You can check those out as well. And make sure you check out lupefiasco.com. Oh, questions, comments, concerns. We got questions down in the question box. What's the other piece? Oh, shout to Ma Sakamini, Shajir Raouf, Pistol Pixie, Mr. Legacy Jones, Reef, Smokey the Ghost, and Oskino the Don, a resident panel of experts here at the IG Live. Did I get vaccinated yet? No, I didn't. Did not get vaccinated yet. Still waiting for my opportunity. But if you got vaccinated, that's cool, man. If you can, you got the opportunity to do so. You don't have any side effects. No pre-existing conditions or allergies. Man, go ahead, take that. We got the same dude on here. He just gonna be out here trolling. When you gonna be on my podcast? Still waiting on you to check your DMs. You know, when I get on it, when I get to it, you know, I got other things that I do. You know what I'm saying? When I get to it, you understand? Hold up. Okay, there we go. What do you think of the government regulating the internet? It should be. Internet should be regulated, man. The places where it's dangerous, you don't have to regulate Disney Plus. But, I mean, some of these message boards and the Facebooks, yeah, man. Yeah. Like, you can't have 8 driver's licenses. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you should be allowed to have like 8 Facebook accounts. You know, like if you got a business, you should have your business junk. You should have your personal junk. You know, maybe a miscellaneous or something like that. But this motherfucker's running around here every 15 seconds. You could just start a new account, troll somebody, hide. But it's like, that's whack. 80 different identities. I mean, what's the point? So I think when it's at that level, people should just stick to their identity and just keep it moving. All this extra other, or don't use it if you feel that way. If you feel that deeply about your privacy, like none of this is private. None of this is a public like right. It's a privilege. You gotta respect it. If you don't respect it, I'm gonna tell you. Especially if you're gonna use it to lead people astray or do goofy stuff. So that's the way I look at it. The government invented the internet. It's a military product. You know, it's open to the public to a certain degree. But it's just because of that, you ain't got the right to like you ain't got the right to go to McDonald's, buy 100 Big Macs, and then just like throw them shits at somebody's house. Like get you a couple Big Macs, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy them delicious sandwiches and keep it moving. You ain't gotta weaponize every fucking thing just because you can. You know? That's the way I look at it. All I care about is the practical. You know what I'm saying? All this extra, people just want to be free just to be free. Like, I just want to be able to do anything I can. Like, why? Like, what good is that going to do for society? Are you doing everything you can to make society a better place, or are you just doing everything you can to be a bitch ass nigga? So, like, if you want all of this freedom to be a bitch, it's like, nah. No. Yeah, shout out to Tominaga, who had one of the illest Street Fighter sets last night that I've ever seen. That shit was crazy. But what's his face was crazy too. Boss versus what was the dude's name? Show. The last match, that shit was crazy. You know? We got the homie out here talking about fuck society and all that. Then go live in the woods, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You trolling. You finna get blocked. We ain't got time for this, man. I'm gonna regulate this internet from your ass. How did your no sugar December go? Are you still going with it? It was good. It was really good, but I'm not I came off of it and I'm deciding when to go back on it right now. So, but yeah, I came back off of it. So I'm back in the arms of sugar. But I mean, it was good. It was definitely some lessons learned. Definitely something that I'm going to do again. I'm just trying to figure if I'm going to do it this month or just do half the month, then do the other half of the month, no sugar. So I'm just deciding. But it was good. Got through it. It was nice. Yes, I ate my Cocoa Pebbles. Did you gain any muscle, lose fat? I mean, basically just lost some fat. Really didn't gain muscle. No, probably lost both, to be honest. But any positive or negatives you noticed since no sugar December passed? Going back to sugar is definitely I mean, maybe a couple things, but I don't know if it's attributed to the sugar though. Less stress though. Definitely less stress. Thinking about what to eat, not wanting to eat. Like, I want to drink some of that. So when you can just drink it, it just eliminates you ain't got to start stressing over it. But when I do go back on no sugar December, excuse me, I'm probably still going to eat like honey and I think I'm going to just cut out the sodas and stuff. That's like the main thing. Like I was just craving some juice box, and I was like, gotta give me some juice. Lovely. But how do I block this person? How do I block them? I gotta find a way to block this dude. How do I block this dude? Fuck it. I did my best. Why take the vaccine if you can't sue them if something goes wrong? I mean, you can sue them, but I mean, if that's your excuse why you don't want to take the vaccine, don't take the vaccine. If you're asking genuinely that question, you can get compensation for vaccines. You've been able to do that since 19. You've been able to do that this whole time. There's never been a time where you were unable to get compensated if you were injured by a vaccine. That has never happened. It happened before 1986. It happened after 1986. There's people that get payouts from some vaccine complications to this day. You just got to go through the process to do it. So there is a way to get compensated for the vaccines. But if you want to run with that, if you want to believe in that lie to not take the vaccine, then go ahead. Just so we're clear, that's some anti-vax talking point that's not true. If you get injured by a vaccine, you can go, there's a process where you can go get compensated. You go to the vaccine court. They'll pay for your lawyer. They'll pay for all of your witnesses and scientists and doctors that you bring to show how you got injured. They'll pay you if you win your case. Period. So, again, you ain't got to believe me. I've talked about this mad times about this. But if you still don't want to do it, then don't do it. Come on, man. I'm not ignoring you. I didn't even see your question. But I'm not ignoring you. But now I'm not finna ignore you at all. Come on into the live. Come on into the live.
What's up, man?
I wasn't ignoring you. I didn't see your question, blood.
Oh, my bad.
A lot of people.
Let me say this before we start. I'm a big fan, and I learned a lot from your music. And yeah.
Okay.
So I've been doing a lot of thinking, man. And I ain't even gonna lie, I'm a little nervous because I've been in the chat a long ass time.
Okay.
But I want to know about globalization and how we can benefit from it as a people.
As a human?
I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that go into that we're not aware of.
Okay. Whose fault is that?
And there's a lot of
Whose fault is that?
That's our own fault because we have access to the internet. But that's true. Now I can't really say nothing about that part, but I do know that it's outliers though. Outliers exist within the culture. You one of them. You was one of them too.
What are you talking about?
Like an outlier as one of the people that can see past all the all the goofy shit, all the misinformation, all the shit that really don't help us grow. I know you was one of the outliers growing up, and you seen past that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying outliers exist within our culture. I feel like I'm one of them, and I'm not trying to say that on the like I'm trying to be like conceited and no goofy shit like that. I'm actually just always learning. Look, let me show you right now. This is what I'm reading right now. Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life.
Yeah.
Look, man, I read all type of stuff, man. I listen, I write, I'm an artist, I create manga, I do all type of stuff. And I listen to all your music too for years. So I'm not on here trying to say some goofy shit. I'm really trying to understand and absorb all this because the shit we worry about is small as hell compared to the entire world. It's like 7 billion motherfuckers and it's supposed to increase. I'm like, bro, we just one tiny ass fraction of the entire world.
Okay.
And we worried about.
Okay, you got a specific question.
Oh, my bad. Oh, all right. So I'm saying, like, all right. So you as a hip hop artist, right? How can other artists benefit from globalization or like amalgamate their art into the global market?
As an artist, the most direct way is to make your music accessible to people who speak different languages.
Exactly. Yes, that's what I was saying. Not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but I'm glad you said that because as an artist, I read about the griot and like how they used to travel to different countries and they used to teach history or like poetry and stuff like that. That's what a hip hop artist literally is. If you believe in God, like it's almost like universe told you, like, hey, bro, this is what you're supposed to do. The fuck is y'all doing?
Right.
Y'all been doing the wrong shit the whole time. What the fuck? Look, just learn different languages and speak because music is a language. You can't separate sound from music. It's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. I'm sorry, but I'm passionate about this. I can't talk to nobody else about it. I'm sorry. You're the only one.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So the most direct piece, again, like I said, is to make sure that your music is able to be understood by people who speak different languages. So
facts and how facts
requires a process called localization. They do it for video games. They do it for movies. It's a little bit harder to do with music, but you can do it if you have music videos and say it's still in English or whatever language you speak. You can multiple subtitles for different languages. People would still be able to understand what's happening, right? So they do it in manga, they do it in anime. So you can take that same localization process and attach it to your music, or
like subtitles,
or you can literally learn a different language, or at least be able to translate what you write in English into another language. Learn that, then record that version in different languages where it makes.
But
and thirdly, instead of just focusing on making music where you're talking, where you're speaking, make music that's just music, that's just vibes and feel, and make the language part really right, and make the more atmospheric music the main focus. That's how you connect to different audiences, you know. So that's how you think of something like reggae, right? But reggae, even though they speak in quote unquote English, you may not be be able to understand everything that they're saying, but you're still able to vibe with it because the vibe of it is so strong. And it might be little pieces of things that you understand in it. And there's a place where you can go and translate some of the words that they're using, right, to get a understanding of what's happening. So if you take that approach and look at something like reggae, which is worldwide, right, to a degree, if you take that kind of approach, I think you'll have some success. Cool?
Yeah, I could.
I'm a jump. I don't want to be on here all day, and I want to get to a few more people. So
can you save this live? Can you save the live?
Huh?
Can you save the live?
Yeah, I'll say this live for sure.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Got you, bro.
Thanks.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
All
right. Shout out to the homie. Genre like I think it was genre like genre. I'll take it. Genre. Okay. All right. Got you. Ugh. What do you think about? What do you really think about the social media banning of Trump? Um, I mean, at any given time, any given time in the last 4 years, and in his response to this invasion, at any given time, he could have just did the right thing, meaning that he could have told the truth, he could have condemned the action, right? Yeah, even if them his people, right? If you don't want to condemn the people, I get it. You can condemn the action though, right? You could be cordial. I mean, you could be like it's one thing to be an asshole. It's a bunch of people that are assholes on social media, so that's whatever, right? A lot of these people on here are assholes. I don't say a lot, but people on here are definitely assholes. Way more assholes than Trump. Way more disrespectful. Way more whatever. Difference being he's the president, but still, it's not even about not being an asshole. It's about telling the truth, right? Speaking correct facts, like not pushing like conspiracy theories and shit that you know ain't true. Like it's provable, factual. This shit is not true. And instead, he fed it and fed it and fed it and weaponized social media to push his agenda. And I think he forgot that, nigga, you ain't the richest motherfucker, and you're not even president no more, right? Like technically you're still president, but you're not the president. Joe Biden's the president now. Your shit's a wrap. You supposed to be packing up your shit, right? So I'm not mad at it. He should have been off Twitter a long time ago. He should have never been on Twitter. Not that deeply, right? He should, like, you the president. You ain't never seen that. You're the only president who tried to run his presidency on Twitter, like firing niggas and shit like that. Like Twitter ain't that ain't the vibe to fire niggas on Twitter. So, I think that at a certain point, he should have understood that he was in the public space. And I think that he knew he was in the public space, but I don't think he felt that he had a responsibility to keep to govern for everyone and not just push bullshit. And that's what he did. And they tapped his ass. And I have no regrets, no second thoughts about none of that shit. If that's a bunch of niggas that I would love to see get kicked clean the fuck off Twitter. Because they don't deserve to be there. They're not using it to bring good. I mean, even if you just want to be neutral and just tell jokes and do goofy shit, but it's another thing to actively lead people into fucking harm's way, right? Or actively take advantage of people. That shit not cool. So I'm not mad at his ass getting his throat slit, his Twitter throat slit, and getting kicked off the fucking platform. And now he's getting kicked off of all these fucking platforms because it's the same thing on every platform. So fuck him, man. And it ain't a time of like, man, the government's trying to cease our. Like, they ain't trying to do that. They're trying to stop a motherfucker from lying to the public who is in the supreme position of power in this fucking country that has his hands on the buttons for nuclear weapons and shit like that. He not no regular motherfucker, right? It ain't like he was just some actor who called a bunch of niggas gay or some shit like that. Like, no, nigga, you're the president. You can start wars, and you've already got tens of thousands. I believe personally that Donald Trump is responsible for the deaths of thousands of Americans by not taking this COVID vaccine shit serious, this COVID-19 shit seriously, playing with the shit. And so fuck him, man. Saying this, he's not the case study to talk about internet privacy and censorship and shit like that. He's not the case study. He, as the president and a leader of people, and with his hands on the throttle of power and life and death, he should have been censoring his fucking self from the very beginning, like most people in power do, like most CEOs do. And the CEOs who don't, they get their ass snatched, right? Board of directors like, this nigga's wilding, fire him, right? So I'm not upset about it. I don't think that it's 1984. I don't think it's some fucking the sign of a repressive society or some shit like that. Actually, what it is kicking the oppressive, repressive motherfucker out. Right? It's using the platform for good to kick a motherfucker who's a thorn in the side of society and civil discourse the fuck out of the way. So I'm not mad at it, and if you mad at it, fuck you too. To keep it a buck, because you the one that's gonna keep pushing this narrative that, oh, Twitter so fucked up, Facebook so fucked up, then don't use it. You saying the shit on Facebook and Twitter. Go use some other shit, right? Go start your own website. Go, if your shit is that important, start a blog and attract motherfuckers to come listen to your position and keep it in your space. But all this extra goofy shit, man, no way. No way. People on here, this motherfucker's running around Trump got your mama killed. And you over here trying to, man, but they shouldn't have banned him on Twitter. But man, mama sure do miss my mama though, man. Like, yeah, nigga, like, yeah. You worried about this nigga's Twitter account. He wasn't worried about your mama. Or your grandmama, was he? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Mm-mm-mm. Do I know about what Obama and Hillary did? Nigga, yeah. Do you know what I did, motherfucker? What are you talking about? People be weirdos on here, man. Of course. I knew before you did. You jackass. Anyway. It will be people raising the Confederate flag. I'm sure they will. It's people still raising the Star Wars flag. That shit came out in 1977. This nigga still reading motherfucking Mark Twain. That shit came out 150 years ago or some shit like that. Like, it is what it is. Famous people get followed, man. That's how that rolls. He gonna be around. He ain't gonna, but he's not gonna be the president, right? This nigga's not gonna be presiding over the affairs of a military power, a military superpower, right? So take that. Yeah, I don't smoke weed. No, thank you. Mm, 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 mm. Uh, you're in the second set of people to get vaccinated. Dope. Mm. Mm. What else? It's a lot of questions, so I'm just filtering through them. As far as you not voting goes, why were you telling people to vote for Joe Biden? Because we need to get Trump the fuck out the way, and everybody else would have lost. So Joe Biden was the only candidate that was going to be able to beat this motherfucker. So he did, and now we can get back to at least some clear-headed leadership. At the very least, is Joe Biden the best? Absolutely not. Is he the best of the two? Absolutely. Without a hesitancy. So what I told my fans, the ones who were actually going to vote and that actually lived in a swing state, to vote for Joe Biden. And so I appreciate the fans who did that. And that's what happened. Hopefully a different position on climate change, and definitely a different position on taking the coronavirus serious. That's all I cared about. In the short time, short-term goal, coronavirus, long-term goal, climate change. You know, that's it. Everything else, I have no idea. I'm not gonna even. I don't care if he says super predator. Some of you niggas is super predators. Like, what the fuck? Just because you didn't get caught for being a predator, nigga, don't make the shit cool. Like, you did something right because you didn't get caught. If it was snitching, if there wasn't such a what they call it, like a thing around snitching, do you know how many niggas would be in jail right now? Like, yeah, Tony just shot my dog in the head, this bitch ass nigga. Like, some of you niggas is terrible, man. You talking about? He just can't say it because it's politically incorrect. I can say it because I don't care. Yes, some of these niggas is terrible. Have you seen some of these niggas? Yes, there's some white super predators, there's some black super predators, some Mexican super predators, some motherfuckers out here raping and robbing and stealing and killing and don't give a fuck about no one or nobody, right? And they ass need to be put down with great vengeance and furious anger. So I'm not mad at that shit. You getting so upset because you felt diggity called. He didn't even say the shit, right? That's the other part. But even if he did, so fucking what? Some of these niggas ain't shit. Until you start to embrace that fact that, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's a couple niggas out here ain't shit. It ain't everybody. It's just a little bit of good in everybody, but it's a whole bunch of bad in that motherfucker right there. Y'all fronting like that's not the case. Like, niggas ain't grew up in the ghetto. Like, nigga, I grew up in the ghetto. Shit. Anyway. I won't listen for sure. I won't be shit. That's right. Listen, I'm with it, man. Lupe ain't shit. Cool. Listen. Hopefully that I'm not part of your revolution. You ain't got to invite me to your barbecue. You ain't got to try and come get me to perform at your basketball game. If I ain't shit, man, let me be shit all the way and leave me alone. I won't ever come in contact with you. I'm fine. I'm cool. I don't want shit. I don't need shit. I'm straight, right? I finna live the rest of my shit on some real old man shit. I don't give a fuck about what you niggas are doing in the street. Don't ask me for nothing. I won't ask you for nothing. I'm cool. Oh, you ain't shit. I'm with it, of course. Absolutely. The worst nigga. The nigga leading you all astray. Just trying to get you to take vaccines and go to school. This, how dare he, this bitch ass nigga. I'll take it though. I've learned my lesson. Trying to trying to steer niggas to the correct path. Motherfuckers are trying to kill you on some shit. Like, what nigga, you trying to make me a better person, nigga? To kill your motherfucking ass. Like, all right, then kill me then, bitch. Like, let's get it cracking then. Get your sword. You get your gun. I'm gonna get my sword. We'll meet at high noon on the hill on 125th Street. We'd just kill me right in the middle of Harlem, nigga. Like, the fuck. Anyway. Too old for this shit. Riggs! Anyway. Thoughts on separate companies being wholly owned by the same conglomerate? It's been that way for hundreds of years. You had Zaibatsus in Japan, which they kind of broke up, but they kind of came back together. You got Kaiballs in South Korea. You got monopolies in America. You got, it's called vertical integration, my son. Vertical integration. It's in the economic books. It's when you own everything in your supply chain, right? From raw material down to final product, and then maybe even debt servicing and finance and all that shit, right? It's called vertical integration. And you should study it. You should understand it and why it's efficient. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get you some vertical integration in your life. There's also something called horizontal integration, where you own mad shit across the same platform, right? So you own mad farms or mad other shits in your market, in your sector. So like you're a farmer, but you own potatoes and fucking eggplants and fucking orange trees and the whole shit. But you might not necessarily make orange juice. You know what I'm saying? But if you're vertically integrated, you'll own the orange tree and the orange juice and the fucking glass that they pour the orange juice in. It gets sexy. You know what I'm saying? Real sexy. I don't necessarily believe Amazon wouldn't qualify as being vertically integrated. McDonald's would, but not Amazon, because Amazon doesn't make the shit that they produce. That they sell. They try, like they get those Amazon products, but I don't think they're manufacturing those. I think those are just licensed, which makes sense. So, but the majority of the shit that they sell is actually from third parties and different sellers. So if they made all the shit that they sold, then they would be vertically integrated. But they do make, but they actually, you know what? They do have vertical integration. Yeah, yes, they're not. I don't think any company's 100, but I think McDonald's is 100% vertically integrated. But Amazon could be considered the case because they got AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, which is behind a bunch of different websites. But what else they got? They got Whole Foods. They got AWS. They got Amazon itself. They got Prime. So yeah, they got the Amazon TV, Amazon Music. But they don't have a record label. You know what I'm saying? But they got Amazon Originals. But who cares? They might have that too. It's fuck. You ain't got no record label. What the fuck out my face? So yeah, Amazon would be. Yeah, Amazon's vertically integrated. If you think about it, they do have like a lot of shit within up and down their chain of supply chain. But I'm still hesitant to say so because they don't make those products. So yeah, I think I could be wrong. I could be all the way wrong, but hopefully you're thinking about it now, and then you can do your own due diligence and figure out, make the decision for yourself. Do you think that Amazon is a vertically integrated company? And what are the rules? But they don't have that. Some of those, but Amazon has independent distributors as well. You know, but if you're hiring third parties or licensed suppliers, are those still considered to be a part of your supply chain, right? Or are you farming that work out? So can it be said that you own that? Maybe you do have a fleet, but do you still have to, like the US Post Office? I think either the US Post Office uses FedEx or FedEx uses the US Postal Service. I think it's one of those. Another kind of interesting example. Anyway, y'all figure that out. White Castle's vertically integrated. I would say Disney's vertically integrated. Yeah. I think you'll find a mix. I don't think it's necessarily relevant to just be one or the other. And I think most companies will have a blend of kind of vertical integration, maybe some horizontal integration, but maybe not. But I think it might be easier to do vertical. Well, I don't know. But I think if you look at any company that has a certain level of self-sufficiency up and down their supply chain, how deep does it need to go? Does it need to go all the way back to raw materials? Maybe not. Maybe it's cheaper to just buy the raw materials as opposed to trying to set up a factory to source the raw materials. But it also depends on what the raw material actually is. You know? Yeah. Anyway. Circulatory integration. My man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Skibidi dip, skibidi peps. Let's do a couple more, shall we? How do you feel about that? We already talked about that. How much water should you drink? I mean, you should at least be drinking. Some people say 8 to 11 glasses a day, but you should be drinking somewhere in that ballpark, if not half at the very least. You should be drinking some amount of water every day. And if you want to get sexy, each person's water capacity is different or needs, just like everything else. But you should be on the mid to high end of that 8 glasses a day type situation. I tell you as I tell myself. But then also remember, you get water from different sources. So you get water from food, you get water if you're drinking, even if you're drinking juice, you're still getting a certain amount of water. But you should think about, if the norm is like 8 to 10 glasses a day, you should be trying to at least hit that upper end or somewhere in the middle, and just know if you're below the middle, so like 4, that not that you're gonna die, but you might want to just drink an extra glass. Somebody said a liter a day. Not mad at that either. Not mad at that either. I'm not giving you any type of weird shortcut or math. It's just that here's the norm. Here's the standard norm, 8 to something glasses a day. Try and be somewhere in that range. But if you're drinking 1 glass a day, you might have a problem. Might want to step it on up. A liter is a what? Quarter gallon, something like that. A third of a gallon of water a day. Just like a liter, something like that. It don't have to be. It don't have to be exact. Dihydrogen monoxide. Is there also a lockdown? A lockdown on what? I don't understand. That's why you should put your joints in the joint. I can't read Arabic. It wasn't Arabic, it was Farsi. No, it was Arabic, I think. Mm-mm. Mm. We talked about the Capitol storming already. Hold on. What is this? Resorts might close. Should we still travel to support the hospitality industry? No, you shouldn't. You should sit your ass down until the vaccines are ready. It's just a few more months, man. Yes, some people are gonna fucking go out of business. Yes, I'm out of business. I'm kind of out of business. Looking at a broker. You're looking at a man who can't get on the road. All done. So yeah, man, we can rebuild. People will be okay. There's gonna be it's some pain, but I mean, it ain't more painful than hundreds of thousands of people did. You know, I don't want to be too callous about it, but you know, health first. If you ain't healthy, what's the point? If you dead, what's the point? Right? If you did, what's the point? Man, I'm finna go to the Gucci store. Then I'm finna go to the Rolex store. Then I'm finna go get 8 pina coladas. Then I'm finna go over here to the steakhouse. And then I'm gonna die. And it's like, come on, man. Like, no, man. Why don't you just live first? Why don't you just stay at home for a little while? You know what I'm saying? Then when everything's cool, then we can go to the Rolex store and the steakhouse. We ain't gotta go right. We gotta go right now. God damn. So thoughts on the mortality rate of COVID being 1%? Yeah, 1%. 1%. What's 1% of 10 people? One person gonna die. You want to be that person? What about that one person? Does that mean that they ain't shit? Like, man, if God wanted them to be here and they was important, then they wouldn't be dead because that's how God worked. Like, oh, okay. So you mean to tell me that the people who died, that 1% of people who die, who are going to die, that you could actually not, that could actually be saved from dying if your whole ass wear a mask and stay the fuck away from them when you're sick? That maybe that one person, but fuck that one. Is that what we saying when we say this? Like when we talk about the mortality rate, are we just saying that we don't really give a fuck about people? Right? That one person don't matter? Do you know how many, do you know the scale of people who died from, the crazy shit is this, peep this, right? So Tuskegee, right? I'm not talking about the Tuskegee with the syphilis Tuskegee. I'm talking about the Tuskegee Airmen, right? I've met one of the, I was actually honored with one of the Tuskegee Airmen in Chicago. Me, uh, uh, Michelle from Destiny's Child, one of the Tuskegee Airmen. We all got honored on the same day by the state of Illinois. And so anyway, one of the Tuskegee Airmen just died. He was like 100 and something years old, right? One of the people responsible for the desegregation of the military, and went on to become heroes, so to speak, right? He died from COVID, right? So was he not important because he was part of that 1%, right? Should we not be worried because it's just 1%? But what if that 1% is the best of us, the most knowledgeable of us, the most experienced of us, right? The older folks who are able to relate all type of different stories and seeing mad cycles and have all this experience about time, right? You want them people gone versus these new young dumb niggas who don't know nothing? You just want more of the young dumb niggas who can't tell you the difference between a fucking microwave and a vaccine and a bowl of fucking cereal. These the motherfuckers you want running around just chilling because supposedly they the ones that's more important? Better get your shit straight. All that young shit is overrated. Young was important because you could go work at that factory. You can go work in that farm, right? That's what young was about, right? Maybe you could reproduce, right? But motherfuckers ain't doing that. That shit ain't important no more. Being young, right? All the factories got robots in them. You know what I'm saying? Don't need your young ass to do nothing. Boom. But fuck all these old people though, right? I'm sorry. Did I say 1% of 10 people? I apologize. That wasn't one person. That would have been like 1 out of 10. Somebody gonna die at the end of the day. Maybe a couple of toes is gonna die. Apologize for my fucked up math. I've never been good at math. But fuck it. At the end of the day, 1% is a whole lot of people. When you got a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot of people. And to just discard that people, treat them as a statistic, that's fine. But once you get into who these people are that are dying, some of the best rappers have died, right? Some of the greatest actors and actresses have died. Some of the greatest minds and thinkers and scientists have died. People who have tons of experience that they are unable to share. Just great people have died, like intricate members of certain families. The aunt who had the recipe for the thing that's gone now, right? That whole flavor and that whole experience is now removed from this earth. So the shit not cool, man. It's not cool. And just remember that. Just remember that when you in that 1%. Because this ain't gonna be the last. You feel me? This ain't gonna be the last pandemics. There'll be more in your lifetime. You're gonna experience another one, right? And guess what? You're gonna be older when it happens. And then your whole ass gonna be the one, right? Who's vulnerable and in the vulnerable population, right? And all them little young niggas right now gonna be like, fuck your old ass, right? And then you gonna be sitting there remembering this time when you was that person, when you was like, man, fuck them old people. So now you the one strapped to a bed fighting for your life, and people like, go fuck yourself, right? You finna be the one dying in the room alone with all of your experiences, right? Not able to share that shit or hang out with folks, right? You gonna be that person. And just remember that. Remember this moment when you that motherfucker that the world just don't give a fuck about, right? That shit gonna, and I hope a single tear falls down out of your eye You be like, Lupe was a bitch. Right? He told me with his whole ass. I'd have been dead, right? But you, my friend, your young punk ass, hope you get to see all of it. This ain't the time to be callous, man. It's the time to be compassionate and just do your part. Just wear a mask. All right? That's all you gotta do. Just wear a mask and chill. Abide by the rules for a few months. Your whole ass acting like you, but it's just, it's YOLO, nigga. Mofo. I'm missing out on some shit. FOMO. What is it, FOMO? I gotta get to Miami, nigga. Like, all right. Them ain't my motherfucking friends. Trying to say them ain't my friends. I'm not playing with this COVID shit. Them yo people. Them ain't my people. I've been on this live for a damn near a year, and none of the motherfuckers that came on here talking about that goofy shit have been my people. Just so we're clear, ain't been my homeboys talking that stupid shit to me because they know they can't talk that stupid shit to me. They're like, yeah, don't tell Lupe about this. Like, come on, man, just whatever you do, don't tell Lupe that we at the club because they know I'm like, so you was at the club, huh? Yeah, okay, all right, nigga. I see you in 18 months. Like 18 months, nigga, you are on an 18-month quarantine. Like, but the quarantine ain't only supposed to be for like 15 days. Where'd you get 18 months before? Nigga, I just need to be thorough. Anyway, I think I'm finna get up out of here. This shit boring. Like, no, I'm just joking. Where you at? Do you have refined? No, whatever. Whatever. What are your thoughts? Whatever. Come on, Lupe, answer my questions. Do you like living in? Just shut up. Check this question out right here from this nigga. Do you like living as a capitalist? Would you rather it be different? You mean would I rather be able to just have one pair of shoes? Like, nigga, all you need is one. And then we could all ride the bus together. You know what I'm saying? Don't you want to ride the bus with us? Huh? Don't you want to go? I know you're a rapper, but don't you want to go work at the pigeon farm? You know? Go work at the pigeon farm? Even though I know you hate pigeons, like, but we got to because it's for the greater good. I know you want, like, don't you want healthcare? Like free healthcare? From a shitty doctor? Like, is that what you want? Like, why they gotta be shitty though? Why the doctor gotta be shitty? Because just because they're not capitalist doctors. Like, wait 8 months to go get my fucking knee fixed? Like, man, it don't take 8 months. That's a myth. You're lying. Man, yes, I enjoy this shit. This shit is fantastic, right? Have you ever slept on the ground, my nigga? I'm not trying to sleep on the ground. I will, but if I can sleep in the bed, I'm gonna sleep in that motherfucking bed. And I hope that you make the same decision. Ain't nothing wrong with sleeping in the bed, my nigga. Like, ain't nothing wrong with having a choice of meals. You know, like, shit, I want these tacos today, but then tomorrow, I want these motherfucking hamburgers. You think they ain't got tacos in poverty, my nigga? You think they ain't got tacos in a socialist state? Hell yeah, they got tacos. Sushi, all kinds of shit. You over thinking you gotta get it, live the rough life and live out the back of a fucking box because capitalism is evil, nigga. Like the whole shit is fucked up. The socialist shit is fucked up. The capitalist shit is fucked up. The earth is fucked up, nigga. We're rusting on the inside. Oxygen is a poison, like, but our bodies have just found a way to deal with the shit. Most of the food we eat is fucking toxic. Like, if you fed that shit to another animal, it would fucking die. So, I mean, What more do you want? You want it all? Money, cash, clothes, and cars? Like, what do you want out of life? You know, you just want everything to be just 100% perfect. It ain't finna happen, goddammit. So do the best that you can. Yes, so there's some exigencies. Exigencies? Yes, and excesses and bullshit that need not exist. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm with you. But is it billions of motherfuckers on this planet? Yes, billions. 8 billion people. Now, when you take that 8 billion compared to your shoe collection of 100 shoes, but it's 8 billion whole people, I mean, your shoes ain't consuming shit. Your shoes is done. They're like, we've done our work. We're finished here. We just finna be shoes. That's what the fuck we finna be. But it's 8 billion motherfuckers every day figuring out how to eat something or kill something or drink something or smoke something or do something that's just like the world is just like, I don't even know what to do anymore. So be it. You know what I'm saying? So be it. I just want people to just enjoy their life on this planet around these shitty people. And if you can eke out a meager existence and find a way to put a smile on your face amongst the suffering, no matter where you just, the lottery through your ass, black, white, wrong or right, just take some time and hopefully enjoy some of what you do and actively hunt down and destroy the motherfuckers who try and smudge your happiness or take what ain't theirs. That's all. Other than that, man, this world is so crazy. Go tell that shit to the Russian mob. Why y'all keep telling celebrities that shit, right? Go talk to the cartel, right? Go pop that shit at the mafia, right? Go tell that shit to the Aryan Brotherhood. Stop coming at soft targets like me, talking about capitalism. Nigga, go talk that shit to the Armenian mafia. And let's see how that works out. How come you ain't protesting outside none of these niggas' cribs, right? How come you ain't occupying the mob? You know what I'm saying? You picking on the weak niggas who don't want to do, who afraid to go to jail, right? Go talk that shit to some real tough nut motherfucking Chinese triads. But man, y'all should really stop smuggling all of this wood. Like, y'all really should go and chill out. Go pop that shit to them. Keep coming at me talking about some capitalism and socialism. Then go tell that shit to Putin himself. This nigga's poisoning niggas in broad daylight. Like, yeah, why is my tea so bubbly? Like, I've never had such, this shit looks like a witch's cauldron, but I guess it's okay. Rah, right? And not even enough to kill him. Like, just letting them know that they finna be poisoned forever. Like, no, you're gonna live, but you're gonna be poisoned forever. Like, damn, you should just kill me, Putin. He's like, nah, that ain't what I'm about no more. I'm not about killing niggas. I'm about keeping niggas alive to suffer. Go talk that shit to him. You know where he live. You know where he at. 111 Kremlin Avenue. Go and take that shit down there and holler at him. Yeah, you ain't so tough now, huh? Tell what's that little girl? The mean little white girl who be mad than the motherfucker. Man, go pop that shit to Putin. You ain't got, don't stop going to Davos. Right? Stop throwing that shit up on YouTube. Talk about, man, y'all need to go ahead, stop eating it. Why are you eating these flesh animals? You're killing them. Go pop that shit to the fucking mob. Start at the top, Greta. We with you. Go talk to them. I'm with you. I don't want to be eating this shit either. But go talk that shit to the mafia. And if you get them niggas to come over to your side, like, you know what? Greta came in here. Yes. Oh, hold on. Let me get my Russian accent going on real quick.
the Greta, she came in here the other day and she spoke to us. And you know what? We're going to become the vegan Russian mafia, okay? So no more of the meat. Listen, no more Mercedes. We're going to drive Tesla. This is what it's going to be. Greta came and changed us. And if you can get these rough and tumble, gulag living motherfuckers to come over to your side, listen, I'm with you. So anyway, coronavirus is still a thing. Make sure that you're practicing physical distancing. Make sure you wear a mask that covers the mouth and the nose. Condolences to the folks who passed during this time. Prayers with you and your family. If you're sick, hope you're on the road to recovery and getting better. Coronavirus is still a thing. Make sure that you're practicing physical distancing. Make sure you wear a mask that covers the mouth and the nose. Condolences to the folks who passed during this time. Our prayers with you and your family. If you're sick, hope you're on the road to recovery and getting better. Make sure you wash your hands. Tape, House CP, both available right now on Spotify, Apple Music, and elsewhere. Also, make sure you go and subscribe to the official podcast, The Lupe and Roy Show. We drop episodes every Thursday. It's myself, Lupe Fiasco, my brother, Royce the 5'9", and my other brother, Tom Frank. The Lupe and Royce Show, brought to you by Say What Media. You can go to saywhat.media, the official website for the podcast, or you can go and subscribe at Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify Podcasts. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. We also got some episodes up on YouTube if you want to check those out. Be my guest. But make sure you subscribe. Make sure you fucking subscribe. And make sure you go to lupefiasco.com. And yeah, that's all I got for today. That's all I got. All right. Peace. Much love to you.